Yo, what up, y'all? This is a new year. So happy New Year's, y'all. I hope y'all New Year's is going well. I know it's only been a couple of days or a week or so, but I still hope it's going well. Um, yeah, new year, new things, new plans, new goals, new adventures. I hope everybody got something planned. Make sure y'all take a vacation this year. I did not take a vacation last year. I had a very crummy year with a crummy attitude. So make sure y'all take a vacation this year. Get yourselves out and do something. But nevertheless, tend to them goals. Um, I was going to talk about the new year, bringing in the new year and being new to different things, to different adventures or whatever. But I actually did something today. I just took a leap with doing it. And it was kind of like, okay, I should talk about this because I feel like it was a good leap. So, unfortunately, I'm trying to leave the post office, not the post office in general, but my post office, like the actual office that I work in. I want to move around and go to a different office, but they make us do this profile, and you got to tell all this, give examples of all the stuff that you did within the post office, and what will make you a great person for their office. So my and they're called KSA, so you got to get 10 scenarios of why of like a task, and what you how you completed the task and all that stuff, whatever. So the KSAs I have for those tasks and are pretty old. So it's like the person that's helping me was like, well, you did this, you did this, you did that, you did that. And I was like, I did that years ago. Like, I don't even remember doing that. I don't even remember the whole situation. And then I would have to pull up numbers and give reports and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. So, oh, my bad, y'all. So what I was doing, I was like, I'm gonna make my mind up. I'm gonna go ahead and write some new ones for the stuff that I'm doing now. But I haven't been doing anything. So I was like, well, I need to get out this rut. I need to get into a new position, and I need to start doing new things or whatever. So like towards the end of last year, I end up switching my position. I'm still a supervisor, but I end up switching my position. So it's different supervisors. Like it's delivery, the window where they help the customers and stuff at, rural, and my position was mail processing. So I go in early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I get everything running up and running for the whole office. So I have been doing that for a couple of years. So I was like, I'm getting too comfortable in this position. So if I want to move around, I'm either gonna have to I'm not gonna never be able to move around, because I'm doing the same stuff over and over and over again. I'm not doing anything new. So if I want to do something new, I gotta do a new position. So excuse me, I have been telling them that I wanted to do the floater position. And what the floater position is, it's like when once the other supervisors is off, I will relieve them on that day. So on their off day, I would take over their whatever their job is. And that would get me to, moving around, they have been in new adventures or whatever. So I did that. And then I started doing like just extra stuff, because I really didn't have no responsibilities. I don't have nobody under me or nothing like that. So I started doing taking on like extra responsibilities or whatever. And I actually teamed up with the union. Now, if you were with the post office, like the union and management are not friends. Like they don't really get along. But I happen to have a friend that is a union person, and I'm management. So we was like, okay, let's get together and we're going to do these trainings for the employees. And I was like, that would be something new on my KSAs that I can use, because that's recent. So today, I don't know what made me do it. I just did it. When our new postmaster that we just got, when he got there, he made up this like new position. It's not like a very special position or nothing. You don't get no extra money for it or nothing like that. He was saying that we will have a senior supervisor. So the senior supervisor would take on like different responsibilities or whatever, and then they would be the supervisor that all the other supervisors would report to when the manager and the postmaster wasn't there. So they gave it to this other lady. Now I don't want to really talk bad about her, but I don't feel like she was fit to do the job. Like, me and her cool, but she's too emotional. Like, if somebody said something to her, she's like waving her arms, she's snapping off, she's getting loud, and she's just getting crazy. She started crying. Another supervisor confront her about some issue. She, what I'm saying, she's crying, and then she just ready to go home. So when you go home in the middle of the day, that work still has to be done. So guess who's stuck doing the work? All the other supervisors. So we don't feel like that's fair. But she don't really do nothing. Like, she has the least, stressful job or whatever. And then she tell on us. That's all she do. That's all she do is go back there, go back to the manager and the postmaster and tell on us. And it's like, if we're all supervisors and you supposed to be the senior supervisor and we supposed to be able to come to you and discuss whatever issues and situations that we have, then why every time we make a mistake or we do something, or you feel like, you don't agree with what we doing, you go back over our head and tell, like, why don't you just discuss it with us? If we continue to do it, then you go back there and say, hey, this person is steady, doing this, and we didn't already talk and discuss this situation, but they steady doing it. Okay, now I see you telling, because now we messing up the operation. Cool. But then what it is, you'll tell on us, but you'll be back there, out there doing whatever. Like, she picks with the other supervisors, and then, go back and make it seem like she ain't do nothing. And if you confront her about the situation, she, like I said, run back and tell on you or whatever. So she happened to be on vacation. So I've been taking over her section that she does. She does rules. That's all she do. Rule is pretty much easy, but they still need to be managed. So the last couple of days I've been managing over them, which I really didn't want to, but I did it. It was just like, okay, whatever. I know how to do it. I'll do it. And they kept coming to me anyways. So I went in there and I told the manager, like, hey, I'm just letting you know that I'm firing your old senior supervisor, and I'm going to be the senior supervisor, and I just bear the responsibilities or whatever. Which, I don't see her doing nothing extra. Like, she don't, help the other supervisors with none of that. So he was like, all right, cool. And he kind of laughed or whatever. I was like, no, I'm for real. So I told all the other supervisors, like, the other senior supervisor is no longer y'all senior supervisor. I'm going to be the senior supervisor. So, I'll be helping y'all out, which I do sometimes. Like, if I'm not too busy, I do try to help out the other. I don't care who it is, not just supervisors, but the team in general, because I feel like this. If we all work for the post office, we all a team. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing different. It's just the amount of our paycheck. But that person that sends out that check, they all got the same name on it. So I was like, yeah, I just take the responsibilities, and I just been stepping up all today, and then like just throwing out great ideas and all that stuff, which I normally do, but I really don't. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean, I do, but I don't, is because, like, sometimes people be feeling like you stepping on their toes when you do stuff. And it's like, I ain't even here to step on your toes. I'm just trying to get to, a different position. You know what I'm saying? If I can get to a manager position, then I feel like I have to start doing manager stuff, even if I'm not a manager yet. Like, I was doing supervisor stuff when I wasn't a supervisor. And then when I became a supervisor, so I was comfortable in the supervisor role. So I feel like if I'm going to take on a manager's position or a postmaster position, I need to start acting like a postmaster or a manager before I get that position. So when I get in that position, I won't abuse it, because I done seen some people abuse their positions, and they really just there for the title and not for the position. And if I feel like this, if you are in a leader role, a leadership role, then you can't just be there for the title, or I'm such and such, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually play that part. You know what I'm saying? People are looking up to you to lead them, and if you ain't no good leader, they not gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? Had Moses not been a good leader, none of the Israelites or the slaves, I don't know if they were slaves, well, none of the Israelites or the slaves, whatever, would have never followed him into the desert. They would have never followed him for 40 years. They would have never cried for 30 days when God took him up into the sky. You know what I'm saying? So in order to be a great leader, you got to take their position serious. And I feel like I do take my position serious, not to the point where I'm being a stick up the butt, but I feel like if I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be a great role model to, hey, if something's going wrong, I'm here to manage that situation and make sure that you're covered and we can get through the day smoothly. I'm just here to iron the kinks out and to smooth your day out. But yeah, I took up the position. I just said I was going to do it. And now I just been like the whole day I was just moving as if I was a senior supervisor, or if I was a manager and stuff like that. And it was like, when you want something, you got to start, it got to simmer in your head. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak it so it can rotate in that mind, and you got to start acting upon it. Even before you get it. If you want to be a billionaire, you got to start acting like a billionaire before you get the $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So when you get it, you'll already be comfortable in that position. And I think this year is that year where I need to start getting comfortable in these bigger and better positions. So once I get that position, I'm already be comfortable in it. I'm already be walking that walk and talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna be already looking at me like, oh yeah, that position was made for her. So I think, yeah, I just stole the position from that lady. So when she come back from her vacation, she's no longer the senior supervisor. Excuse me, I will be. So, and with that with me saying that, I'm sorry, y'all, tongue tied like a mug. With me saying that is saying, like, whatever you got, whatever goal it is that you trying to achieve, whatever you trying to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to start acting like that before you get it. You know what I'm saying? Before you get into that position, start dressing the part. Start, you know what I'm saying, thinking in that mindset. Once you get your mindset on that, then, you know what I'm saying, it's just straight from there, you know. Ain't no need for you to be out here arguing or bickering with nobody else. If you're gonna be a billionaire, hell, I ain't gotta tell you if I got the billions already or not. I'm gonna be a billionaire. And sometimes people don't see the vision, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Don't get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? Just go on about your way. You said you was going to do it. You're going to do it. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. And eventually you're going to be whatever you say you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? But don't say something and then you don't act upon it or whatever. That's just you talking out the side of your neck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can say a lot of stuff. But once you start putting actions behind it, that's when it starts coming into effect. That's when the manifestations start happening. I can't talk, y'all. But that's when it started happening. And you know what I'm saying? You manifesting it up here, but then you also have to put action behind it. Same thing with prayer. If you praying to God, you know what I'm saying, you still have to put some actions behind it, because God just ain't gonna bless you. You ain't gonna know how to handle the blessing. You know what I'm saying? If he bless you with $1 million, I guarantee you, and it happens all the time, I guarantee you gonna spend that $1 million up and you gonna be right back broke. You see a lot of winners do that stuff all the time. They'll get you know what I'm saying, win the lotto, and then a couple of years they right back broke. Excuse me, y'all. They right back broke. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, once you start acting and start acting upon it. I said start acting and start acting upon it. Now y'all know I got a cold, y'all, but I still wanted to do this. I still wanted to talk to y'all. So excuse me. But once you got it in your mind and then start acting upon it, that's what I wanted to say. And then start acting on it, everything else is going to fall into place. Everything else, I don't care what nobody else say, nobody else is doing. Worry about that. Once you start, even when you say it out loud, like, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And this is how I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then just get into that routine of waking up a millionaire. Waking up like you got a business. Waking up like you the supervisor. Waking up like you the boss. Waking up, whatever you trying to do, you just start waking up and saying, you know what I'm saying, I am this. I am that. It's gonna come into fruition. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna everything gonna start falling into place. All right. I don't want to keep y'all too long, cause I got a cold, but I really wanted to get a video out for this year. I hope y'all hold this 2024. It's a year about getting it and prospering. We gotta make big things happen, and I'm not just saying y'all, including me. I got some goals that I want to establish this year. We're gonna go over those goals. Like I said before, I know y'all done seen a couple of videos where, you know what I'm saying, I'm going over goals or whatever. I'm big on goals. So we gotta get you a journal. Journals don't cost nothing but $1. You can go to Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, something like that. Whatever y'all local dollar store is, get you a journal and just start writing in journal. You know what I'm saying? Write your goals down and keep writing them down, keep writing them down, keep saying you're gonna do it, keep saying you're gonna do it, you're gonna work towards it, and eventually, before you know it, it's gonna come into fruition. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go and enjoy y'all day, and y'all be great. And again, Happy New Year's.